Live from KSAT 12, the news at noon starts right now.
New details this noon after a deadly shooting at a Northside gym. We have now learned this is not the first time the suspect in the case, 32-year-old Jesse McWilliams, has been in trouble with the law.
He is accused of walking up to another man inside LA Fitness near Loop 410 in Blanco and shooting him in the head. As Katrina Weber reports, the news still came as a surprise to some people today.
A single gunshot around 7 last night cleared the entire building at LA Fitness. San Antonio police found out that shot also left a 34-year-old man dead. Witnesses told them he was working out at this gym near Loop 410 in Blanco when another man walked up and shot him in the head. Despite the commotion, the news still escaped some people who showed up expecting a normal start to their day.
Interrupted a little bit. I came to work out and unfortunately, the gym's closed.
Got up nice and early today to get into the gym, but yeah, I was surprised to find that it was closed.
They found no notice on the door and only found out from us what had happened.
While the news came as a surprise to some people today, what they find even more shocking is that this isn't the first time it's happened. The last shooting here was almost exactly a year ago.
That trouble in July of last year, according to police, started inside but caught up with two men outside. Both were shot, one killed by a gunman who got away. In this latest case, police caught the suspect, 32-year-old Jesse McWilliams, still in the area. They say they also found the gun nearby. Records show McWilliams has a long criminal history, nearly a dozen prior arrests for crimes including drugs and weapons. The shooting last night has others rethinking their future.
I may start working out at home. I need a reliable workout schedule.
Katrina Weber, KSAT 12 News.
This noon, we are keeping an eye on the roadways. A couple of crashes created a headache for drivers this morning.
Traffic Authority Stephen Cavazos joins us now. So, Stephen, it's been tough out there today.
Yeah, you know, David, Ursula, unfortunately, 35 is just a place that drivers don't want to be at this point. We really want to just kind of get this view from TransGuide that they've been showing us for now over 3 hours. This crash over here reported in the southbound lanes just after 9 this morning, and those problems have now rippled into the afternoon and are impacting commuters that are trying to make their way in from New Braunfels, perhaps, or anywhere south of there. But let's just go ahead and take a look at the map, because we are seeing this active investigation that's been taking place. And not just that, but we also had another crash a little bit further up I-35 in the same direction in the southbound lanes right there at Schwab Road. You can see on the map, I pointed out where those crashes were reported. Now, the good news here is that crash, 35 at Schwab, looks like that is cleared out, but the big problem will still affect drivers that are heading in the southbound lanes. But as I always like to mention, we do not just look at the problems, we try to find the solution. And it may take a little while, but let's go ahead and talk about what you could do here, because it's still early enough. If you are traveling on I-35 southbound to exit Psalms Road, I've mapped it out there for you in the blue. Take a left at FM 482. You'll continue a little bit further there. And again, just keep in mind, it's a different solution here, so it may take a little bit longer, but it beats sitting in that traffic. What you'll do then is take a right and get onto Old Nacogdoches Road, continue a little bit further. But here's the tricky part, because as you continue on an Old Nacogdoches Road, it turns into FM 2252, and that's where we're also seeing a little bit of a slowdown. Traffic moving at 6 miles per hour. It could be some of the folks are trying to navigate their way through that mess and using this alternative route, but again, this is just an option for you. Just continue a little bit further, and what you'll do is you'll continue on a Nacogdoches Road and hit Loop 1604 over on the northeast side that way. But I would advise you, it's probably best just to call your boss if you're trying to head to work. Let them know you'll be a little bit late. Wide look at the map, though, does show, thankfully, no major delays reported elsewhere, but it may take about 2 hours to try to get from 35 to the downtown area. We're going to have to watch this closely and have more updates throughout the day. David, Ursula.
Thank you, Stephen. New at noon, a 33-year-old woman facing charges following a head-on crash that killed an 18-year-old man on the southeast side over the weekend. Jail records show Priscilla Guerrero was charged with intoxication manslaughter. Police responded to the crash just before 3 in the morning on Saturday in the 8400 block of New Sulphur Springs. Officers say Guerrero was driving a Subaru Impreza westbound while she was in the eastbound lane. She then collided head-on with a driver in a Toyota Corolla that was traveling in the eastbound lane. The Corolla's front passenger, Alex James, pronounced dead at the scene. Guerrero has a preliminary hearing set for next month.
So how should the victims of Robb Elementary be memorialized? This noon, that's what's being discussed in Uvalde today. The city's strategic planning committee discussing what kind of memorial will be built to honor the 19 children and 2 teachers killed. The school board has said that Robb Elementary School's building will be demolished. So now this special committee with the city will begin discussing how to create a memorial somewhere in Uvalde to honor and remember the victims. That meeting just started. We have crews there, and we will have the latest on what's discussed tonight at 5 and 6.
Today, San Antonio City Council taking part in a special meeting to discuss a resolution to support abortion rights. It would not make abortion legal here in the city, but the resolution would recommend that despite what state or federal law clearly requires, city funds would not be used for several actions intended to pursue a criminal investigation. That includes storing or cataloging reports on abortions, providing any info on them to other government agencies, or conducting surveillance on a person or organization to find out if an abortion happened. The meeting is scheduled for 1 this afternoon.
Across the country, more than 5,000 people in the U.S. now have monkeypox. Back here at home, we are not seeing such dramatic numbers. Our case count here in San Antonio has remained at 13 since last week. And while that number hasn't changed, Metro Health says it's already receiving vaccines for our community. It says that it has enough to fully vaccinate 500 people. Right now, those shots are going to be used to protect the people most at risk and close contacts identified during contact tracing investigations. Metro Health tells us that they're going to be expanding distribution as soon as they get more vaccines.
And later this week, Metro Health is hosting a forum Thursday to answer your monkeypox questions. That's from 7 to 8 at night at Woodlawn Point on Donaldson Avenue. Spanish and sign language interpreters will be available.
The White House has a national monkeypox response coordinator now. President Joe Biden formally naming Robert Fenton to this role. From here on out, he's going to be coordinating the federal government's response to the outbreak. Among his duties, increasing the availability of tests, vaccinations, and treatments. The CDC's director for HIV/AIDS prevention will then serve as deputy coordinator.
And we are getting an update on the nation's critical baby formula shortage. It looks like we are headed in the right direction, but still got a long way to go. A new report from market research firm Information Resources, Inc. shows formula availability is better than it was, but it's still not back to normal. About 20% of all types of baby formula products were out of stock during the week ending July 24th. It was only 10% before Abbott Nutrition's nationwide recall. The FDA says formula production needs to continue at high levels for 6 to 8 more weeks for supply to keep up with demand.
An update now on Kentucky. The torrential rain has finally stopped in eastern Kentucky, but rescue efforts are continuing as hundreds of people are still unaccounted for after the storms. At least 37 people are now confirmed dead. ABC's Alexis Christoforous reports now residents are facing a new weather challenge, the extreme heat.
Rescuers now on day 6, desperately searching for survivors as the death toll rises to at least 37 in the historic Kentucky floods.
It's going to take years to rebuild. People left with absolutely nothing, homes that we don't know where they are.
Hundreds of people whose homes were swallowed up by the water now staying in shelters and state parks. Hundreds more still missing.
Coming up out of the trees, 80 feet below.
So far, first responders have rescued more than 1,400 people. The Kentucky National Guard lifting those stranded to safety high above the floodwater. And finally, some relief from the catastrophic storms. Governor Beshear reporting a break in the weather for a couple of days, but warning the next big weather challenge will be extreme heat.
It's going to get really, really hot. In areas that are devastated, that we're still getting power to some places, are going to be dangerously hot. So especially for our seniors and those who are otherwise fragile, we need to make sure we get them to a cool place.
Nearly 10,000 are still without power, some without water, as rescuers work to clear blocked roads.
It looks like a war zone around here. This community has come together more than anything, but the work is not done here. We need the most help you've ever seen in your life.
Among those offering help, one of the most decorated teams in college sports. The University of Kentucky's men's basketball team will host an open practice and telethon tonight to raise money for the flood victims. Alexis Christoforous, ABC News, New York.
The question of is she or isn't she is now settled when it comes to House Speaker Nancy Pelosi going to Taiwan. She arrived this morning on the controversial stop, a visit that China warned could end in bloodshed. China has repeatedly threatened that a visit to Taiwan would have a, quote, egregious political impact. China considers Taiwan part of its property, but Taiwan sees itself as a self-governing island. President Joe Biden did not endorse Pelosi's visit, but U.S. officials believe China doesn't differentiate much between Biden and Pelosi, so this is labeled an administration visit. On the other hand, a group of 25 Republican senators gave Pelosi a thumbs up on the controversial stop there.
Coming up, we'll take a look at the fire danger plus. We'll get you an update on those rain chances that are expected to show up by Friday. That's coming up.
Injuries hitting the Cowboys at training camp, but a very important position. We'll have that for you coming up in sports.
A summer camp getting children moving and helping to sharpen their leadership skills. We're going to take a look behind the scenes after the break. Small business owners in San Antonio who've been affected by the pandemic can now apply for a grant through the city. From now until Monday, August 22nd, business owners can apply for grants ranging from $15,000 to $35,000, along with a construction impact supplement worth $10,000. This money comes from the American Rescue Plan Act and was put together in a fund by the city of San Antonio.
A summer camp at Medina Valley High School is helping students sharpen their leadership and communication skills. Students, part of Junior ROTC, are participating this week in a summer basic training camp where they are also learning about teamwork. Tiffany Huertas has a behind-the-scenes look at the camp and more on the program that continues to grow every year.
They have about 34 freshmen part of this summer camp. Just check it out this morning. They're training, a lot of energy, but they have more than 200 students part of the JROTC program. To talk a little bit more about this, we have instructor Tisha Gilmore. Good morning.
Good morning. How are you?
Great. Talk to us about this summer camp.
This summer camp is giving all the incoming freshmen a brief overview of what to expect during the school year and throughout the school year. We teach them drill, PT, obviously. We also talk to them about community service because that's an important aspect of our program. Last year, we performed over 3,200 community service hours, which is part of a great part of our program.
So they're learning also about leadership skills, teamwork.
Absolutely. So as you can see here, you see the attendees and our senior cadets trying to motivate them and get them into it. Most of these kids probably haven't exercised all summer unless they're part of an athletic program, but they try to motivate and then give them leading opportunities throughout the course.
And we also have this morning incoming seniors, Jessica and Angel. Good morning. You both were part of this camp your freshman year. Talk to us about what it was like.
It was a lot of PT. I remember that. We learned a lot about the uniforms, the community service, like Sergeant Gilmore said. We also learned academics, how to walk into the classroom, how to fold a flag, all the basic leadership skills, and how to organize our time and all that. One more thing, we also learned how to be a part of this family that's ROTC is big on. We're a really big family.
What is your favorite part about the JROTC program?
Our community. I love community service. I love how we're all such a family. It's just home. It feels like home once you walk through those doors or any event that we do. It's nice to be able to turn to someone next to you and be able to know who they are and feel comfortable around them.
And you both have families that were part of the JROTC program. Talk to us about that.
I've had my Theo, my aunt, and my mom be in the JROTC program. This same one, now me, and I'm about to leave, so I try to get my sister in it, trying this year. Hopefully she'll join, but if not, then I guess I'll try to get my kids one day.
A message for other students that may be thinking about the JROTC program, what do you tell them?
It's a great sense of community once again. It's fun. You learn great skills to take into the real world with a job. If you think of military, it's a great option. It's just fun, responsibility, discipline. The PT's great, drill's great, academics are great. It's just very enjoyable to be here.
Well, thanks for joining us this morning. We're going to have all those details on KSAT.com. Reporting from Medina Valley High School, Tiffany Huertas, KSAT 12 News.
Needless to say, that was shot much earlier this morning before it got this hot.
That's how smart those kids are. They get out here before the sun gets really hot.
Yeah, they are smart. hardworking kids. I love to see that. It was warm this morning, but it has now really gotten pretty hot out there. Temperatures have made it well into the 90s. The aquifer still struggling. It's down 0.7 of a foot, 631.3. And your pollen counts just molted again. They're low at 410. We're going to look at rainfall. What are our chances? When can we get more rain in here? That forecast is coming up.
Can we skip today and tomorrow? What's today? It's Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and just get to like Friday and Saturday for the rain?
Did I read something along the lines of it's going to be 103 maybe?
Yeah, I saw that.
Potentially. Potentially. Yeah.
When will it end?
I want to skip it.
I know.
Get to the weekend.
You know, every day I come into work, I keep thinking I'm going to see something in the computer models that'll, give us a little bit of relief. There's a little something there, but nothing dramatic that's showing a big pattern shift. It will happen eventually, just probably not until the fall. I want to show you rainfall over the last week or so. You can see the big hole over Texas. We've got next to nothing. But as we zoom out and show you the rest of the country, there's been some places that have gotten way too much. And it's been mainly along a stalled out frontal boundary. You can kind of pick it out right here with the rainfall total. So you see the pinks and oranges. That's where there's been just a ton of rain, and it has been flooding. Unfortunately, that has been the big issue here. Of course, Kentucky, we've seen the images there, southeastern Kentucky, namely, where the rain was just, causing massive amounts of flooding. But even overnight in Illinois, there was a ton of rain, 8 to 12 inches in some cases. So that's where all the rain has been, and that's where all the flooding has been. And really, it's been a huge difference to what we've been seeing. How many days has it been since we've seen at least 2 inches of rain at the airport? 293 days. That's incredible. 180 days since we've had an inch or more, and 35 days since we had half an inch. That was back in June. Now, again, this is at the airport. Some places have seen rain intermittently here, but I think this gives a good idea of what we're dealing with. It's just been a pretty serious drought, and that continues today. 92 degrees at the airport, 95 Stinson, 93 Kelly, 93 at Randolph. We've got a good southerly breeze, so there's that. At least we have some sort of breeze out there. No cloud cover, at least not much. We didn't have the morning clouds really today. We are starting to see a few cumulus clouds bubble up here, but nothing that's going to really block out the sun. You find more clouds down near Victoria and Beeville. And temperatures are in the 90s pretty much area-wide here. You'll find a few 80s holding on still in places like Bernie Stage and Los Maples. But everybody else in the 90s at this point, 95 already in New Braunfels, so it's a sure thing you get up to 100 today, 97 in Devine. The question will be, how far above that 100-degree mark do we get? Dew points are starting to drop off a little quicker than they did yesterday, so the air is a little bit drier. So what that means is maybe a little bit less heat index, a little bit higher air temperature. Either way, hot is hot, right? No matter how you slice it. There is a heat index at this hour. 99 is what it feels like at Stinson, 95 at the airport, 99 Helotes, 100 is the current heat index down in Pleasanton, same in New Braunfels. KSAT 12-hour forecast, 99 at 3 o'clock. We're up to 102, I think, today, mostly sunny. Temperatures still at 7 o'clock at 98 degrees, and then down into the 80s by tonight, midnight, still at 83. And we'll see clouds maybe briefly build back in tomorrow. The forecast heat index today, I think somewhere around 103 here in town. You may see it get as high as 105, 106. New Braunfels, Canyon Lake, Floresville. So we're starting to drift into that danger territory. I know we're used to the heat by now, but you've still got to keep that in the back of your mind. Yeah, you got to be careful with that, with those kind of numbers. The radar and satellite shows very little out there, but I'll point out that New Orleans getting a ton of rain this morning and this afternoon. And that little piece of energy there is what we're watching. So our high pressure is over here over New Mexico, but the flow around it will actually help to carry this little area of low pressure into Texas, I think, by Friday and into Saturday. It probably won't produce as much rain as what we're seeing now over New Orleans, but it will bring us some isolated showers and storms. So there's a 20% chance there, and that should drag temperatures down below 100. So that's something to look forward to. I still think it's going to be isolated at best. 103 Wednesday, 103 Thursday. There are those small chances Friday, Saturday, and then we're back into the triple digits Sunday and Monday. Pretty much it's a given now that we're going to set the record for most triple digit days. I think that ship has sailed. We're not quite there yet, but we're pretty certain we're going to get there, guys.
The math is obvious on your forecast.
Exactly.
Well, we got to thank Louisiana to bring us a little rain this weekend.
There you go.
The Cowboys lost a player at a position where they can't afford to lose a player, and their defense should be a lot better this year for one simple reason. We'll tell you what that is coming up.
Camping with KSAT, powered by Davis Law Firm.
One of the Cowboys' thinnest positions got a little thinner. Receiver James Washington will miss the next 10 weeks. He fractured his right foot right there at practice yesterday. You just saw it. Photographer Billy Caldera on top of it as the Cooper Rush unloads for James Washington, but Trevor Diggs was able to break that up, but at a cost. Washington's down and hurting, and it looks like his right ankle or right foot right there. Now we know what it is. When you take a look at it in slow motion on the replay, Diggs' knee comes down on Washington's right foot, and Stephen Jones confirming it is a Jones fracture. That means it's a fracture of the fifth metatarsal or the pinky toe, and that's considered to be the most serious, taking 10 weeks to heal. That means the earliest Washington, who signed a one-year deal after playing 4 years in Pittsburgh, won't return until mid-October. As we said, the Cowboys are already thin at wide receiver with Michael Gallup on the mend. CeeDee Lamb, again, the main guy. So he's going to really have to step up. Hope some of those young guys step up as well. Talk about experience with a foot injury. DeMarcus Lawrence suffered one in practice right after game one of last season and wound up playing in only 7 games all season long. So what is the difference for the 8-year veteran coming into this training camp?
I feel like it's different because I got a training camp. It's been a long time, since I had a training camp. So, just truly blessed. I feel like, with the training camp, it propelled me to the season, for the season that I'm trying to have.
All right, got a training camp under his belt. That's always good for that defense. So we'll see.
All right, a student getting ready to go to class. Some parents might not notice that your child is actually anxious about it. We're going to help you put them at ease in our next half hour.
And a fast-moving wildfire raging in Northern California. It's now the largest fire in the state this year. And the weather today could make it even tougher for crews to handle all those flames.
Summer nearing its end, but before the kids head back, you might be squeezing a last-minute beach vacay, maybe even some time at the pool. Cue the snacks, the drinks, and don't forget the music. Coming up today at 5, we're going to take a look at which Bluetooth speakers stand up to the sandiest and splashiest of summer situations, including some options that will not break the bank. That story coming your way today at 5. Mounting concerns today that other terrorists could be finding safe haven in Afghanistan today. The theory comes to light after a U.S. drone strike killed Al-Qaeda leader Ayman al-Zawahiri in that country's capital city on Sunday. ABC's Justin Finch has more.
In Afghanistan's capital city of Kabul, smoke seen rising from the wealthy neighborhood where a CIA drone strike killed one of the world's most wanted terrorists Sunday. And down below, the Taliban increasing security outside the home where the CIA learned Ayman al-Zawahiri was living with his wife and children. The U.S. says neither al-Zawahiri's family nor civilians were harmed in the strike.
Justice has been delivered, and this terrorist leader is no more.
The White House sharing this image of a July 1st Situation Room briefing, showing the president and his national security team discussing the counterterrorism effort to take out al-Zawahiri and a model of his Kabul home. National Security Advisor Jake Sullivan.
He was the man who was the most inspirational figure, someone who sent out messages inspiring his followers to attack and kill Americans and harm the United States.
The operation comes nearly a year after the Taliban gained control of Afghanistan, following President Biden's heavily criticized decision to withdraw U.S. troops from the region.
It has proven the president right when he said 1 year ago that we did not need to keep thousands of American troops in Afghanistan to be able to hold terrorists at risk.
For more than 20 years, the U.S. searched for al-Zawahiri, known as Osama bin Laden's right-hand man, a key architect in the bombings of U.S. embassies in Kenya and Tanzania, the suicide bombing of the U.S. Navy ship Cole off the coast of Yemen, and the September 11th attacks on the World Trade Center and the Pentagon that killed nearly 3,000.
No matter how long it takes, no matter where you hide, if you are a threat to our people, the United States will find you and take you out.
The Taliban is condemning the attack, calling it a violation of the Doha Agreement and against the interests of the U.S., Afghanistan, and the region. Justin Finch, ABC News, Washington.
Today, parents of a child killed in the Sandy Hook Elementary School shooting testified against InfoWars host Alex Jones. It's part of the damages trial against Jones over his comments about the 2012 shooting. He claimed it was a giant hoax and false flag operation carried out by actors. Two of the victims' families sued him for defamation and inflicting emotional distress, saying Jones' followers harassed him. The two families are asking for $150 million.
House Speaker Nancy Pelosi's husband, Paul Pelosi, set to be arraigned in California on drunk driving charges tomorrow. He is charged with causing injury while driving under the influence of alcohol and driving with a blood alcohol level of 0.08 or higher. The charges stem from a two-vehicle crash on May 28th near Pelosi's home in the St. Helena area. The DA's office said Pelosi was not ordered to appear for the arraignment and may choose to have a lawyer appear for him.
In Northern California, the McKinney fire continues burning out of control, and Mother Nature isn't giving any of those folks up there a break. Thunderstorms hammered crews as the wildfire spread to 55,000 acres, and at least 2 people are now confirmed dead. ABC's Will Carr has the latest for us.
Fast-moving wildfire raging across Northern California overnight. McKinney fire destroying more than 55,000 acres. It's now the largest fire in the state this year. 3,000 people under evacuation orders. Residents living here for generations told to evacuate.
This is my first time in my whole 73 years.
They were hitting it with Borade planes, and they were 3 or 4 helicopters with bucket, and they looked like they had it under control.
And 3,000 more standing by. They're in an area considered the fire warning zone. The fire exploding so quickly, neighborhoods engulfed in flames. At least 100 structures.
Once again, that was ABC's Will Carr reporting. While the cause of this fire is still under investigation, it's believed it was likely caused by human activity.
Looking outside with live cam, it's gonna be a hot time in the Old Town tonight. I think that was a song back in the Wild Wild West.
I think so. I think you're right.
Yeah.
Justin, we'll look that up for Justin.
Yeah, Justin's out of that generation where he might have ever heard that song. Yeah?
Was it hot time in the Old Town tonight? Is that what
Yeah,
it was?
I think that's what it was.
We'll look that up for him.
Okay.
Anyway, yeah, you're right about it. You're right, because the heat is extensive. You know, you saw the fires out there in California. They're dealing with a lot of heat there. We've got heat up and down the plains today, and then flooding, of course, across parts of the Midwest. It's a busy day. Here in San Antonio, not too busy, pretty much status quo. We are now at 52 days for 100 degrees or higher, and we're getting ever closer to those records. We mentioned that earlier. The record of 57 set back in 2011 and 59 set back in 2009. Those seem easily achievable. The question, I think, is going to be, how much higher do we go? Do we get 70 100-degree days in a year? It's possible. The way August plays out, we'll have to wait and see. But we do know that today is probably going to be another day in which we add to that number. 102 in San Antonio, 102 Dallas, 101 Oklahoma City, 103 Wichita. There's that heat I was talking about up and down the plains. And that's where our ridge of high pressure is. And that's probably where we'll see some of the biggest temperatures over the next couple of days. I want to show you the aquifer real quick, because we continue to see things fall here, and it's not a good situation. The aquifer is down to 631.3. And the August average is 657.9, just to give you some perspective. So this is well below average. A 10-day rolling average, 632.5. With all that being said, stage 2 restrictions for SAWS customers are still in place. So if you're a SAWS customer, it's still stage 2, it's still once a week watering, despite the fact the aquifer is as low as it is, and still on your day of the week. So just a heads up there. But the aquifer is headed in the wrong direction. Will we get some rain to help it out and see a bump with the aquifer? We'll look at that. Plus, we'll also look at our wildfire threat here in South Texas. That's coming up here in just a couple minutes, guys.
Tough forecast. Thank you. A new study linking ultra-processed food to cognitive decline. Researchers are following more than 10,000 Brazilians. They've been following them for up to 10 years. Their average age around 51. The study found that the men and women who ate the most ultra-processed foods had a 28% faster rate of global cognitive decline. They also had a 25% faster rate of executive function decline compared to those who ate at least the least amount of overly processed food. The study defines ultra-processed foods as almost anything that David Sears eats as well as formulations of oils, fats, sugars, starch, and protein isolates that contain little or no whole foods. They typically also include flavorings, colorings, emulsifiers, and other cosmetic additives.
Right down my alley. You know, we are just days away from the start of school, and every child feels differently about returning to class. Some may be excited, others a little nervous. Anxiety in children may not look the same as it does in adults. Sarah Costa has the signs to look for and ways to help your child get ready to head back to school.
It's that time of year again. Heading back to the classroom may bring up a lot of different feelings.
Even if your kid is excited about going back to school, it's okay and completely normal if all of a sudden they start to feel anxiety.
Therapist Jody Baumstein says back to school anxiety can look different in every child, but some common signs to look out for are frequent worrying about school, trouble concentrating, frequent headaches or stomach aches with no known medical cause, changes in eating or sleeping habits, clinginess to caregivers, changes in mood, sweating, shaking, or fast breathing when thinking about school, and not taking part in activities they normally enjoy.
Anxiety can come from fear of the unknown. So for some kids, what's going to be most helpful is just really familiarizing them with certain things related to going to school.
Parents can help by going to the Meet the Teacher night or visiting the school before the first day. Drive the bus route or drop-off route with your child so they know what to expect. Encourage your child to practice with things they'll be using on their own, like lunch containers or backpacks. And meet up with kids who go to the school so there are familiar faces.
Anything you can do to prepare ahead of time is going to put their mind at ease and make them a little more comfortable on day one.
Sarah Costa, KSAT 12 News.
Home prices have gone up so much that many homeowners have decided to stay put and renovate. But which projects will yield the highest return on your investment? We'll break it all down for you coming up.
Despite rising costs of materials and labor shortages, a number of people are updating their homes to adapt to remote work or school, or because maybe they can't afford the cost of a new home right now. And if you're looking into that trend and wanting to jump on, people say, well, experts say, not all the upgrades have the same return on investment. CNN's Melissa Rainey has a look at the projects that do have the biggest payoff.
With home prices soaring, a growing number of homeowners are choosing to upgrade their homes, but experts say not all renovations have the same payoff.
When the market is getting hotter, when people's homes are becoming worth more money, they see investing more money into the home as a solid choice.
If you want the best return on investment on your next home remodel project, ditch the idea of a spa-like bathroom or magazine-worthy kitchen. A recent report from the National Association of Realtors and the National Association of the Remodeling Industry says interior projects that recoup the most money are refinishing existing hardwood floors or installing new ones. The estimated cost of new hardwoods is around $5,000, but with a $6,500 return on investment. 118% of your cost is recovered.
Change flooring from carpet into hardwood or LVP. You are much less likely to run yourself into big problems that can drain your budget.
Another project with high ROI, an insulation upgrade, with 100% of the cost expected to be recovered. For comparison, the cost of adding a new primary bedroom suite is estimated at $182,000, with only about $100,000 of that cost recovered.
One big mistake that inexperienced homeowners or investors make when they're doing a renovation is they go too grandiose. It is very common when you start moving walls to find electrical issues that need to be brought up to code, plumbing leaks that you didn't know existed.
When it comes to the outside of your house, replacing the roof and the garage doors have the best return on investment, with both recouping all their costs. For today's Consumer Watch, I'm Melissa Rainey.
Outside with Live Cam. All right, Justin, here we go. Bessie Smith was a blues singer way back in like the 20s and 30s.
Okay.
And so the song that Ursula's talking about, she actually sang that song.
So I thought I knew that tune because I think it's also part of the Aggie War hymn, see? At the end.
They kind of adapted part of it.
I believe, Austin's involved. Anyway.
Well, there you go. A little music history for you.
Hey, we're going
Louis
way
Armstrong
back.
also sang it too.
Okay.
We're talking about hot time in the Old Town tonight, which we're going to have.
So appropriate. 92 so far today. 97 is the average high. This is kind of the peak of our heat for the year. As far as averages go, we're still going to be above that today. 103 is the record set back in 2011. We'll get close. I'll look at that forecast coming up.
Well, at least we got the music trivia portion of the show taken care of.
We're trying to put a fun spin on 103 degrees projected today.
So hard to do these days. We're trying to find something in the tropics, and I know we've talked about this a lot, something to develop to maybe give us some moisture. We don't want the hurricanes, but a nice tropical depression or just tropical wave would be great here across South Texas. Still, nothing out there. We look at the Pacific. We've got the two systems there that we showed you yesterday, and we mentioned how the dust really is kind of keeping everything pretty quiet out in the Atlantic. I mean, we've got some waves here that maybe look a little bit better than yesterday, but still nothing that jumps off the page. And that dust, not as thick as yesterday, but there's another plume that just came off of Africa, and that's kind of keeping development really out of the picture here across the far eastern Atlantic, where we would start to see some development this year, or this time of year. But really in August, it's near the Lesser Antilles where we see most of our development, and then anything that develops here kind of feeds up into the Gulf of Mexico or perhaps into the Atlantic and curves north. We'll see if August gets ramped up. But so far, there's been nothing going on. And the reason we need some moisture, not only, of course, the drought, farmers are having a really tough time, our yards, all that stuff, but also wildfires. You know, you saw the one out there in California. We're getting into a pretty dire situation here where everything is so dry. And we've had enough humidity where fire danger hasn't just been through the roof. But once we get some dry air in here, and that can happen once we get into the fall with some dry fronts, boy, you're going to see these fire dangers really jump up. And even today, even with humidity, we have a high fire danger here around San Antonio, really most of South Texas. This orange color represents very high fire danger. So we've got to be really careful out there. You've seen it on some of the TransGuide cameras, the fire danger that does exist as we speak with this drought underway. 92 degrees at the airport. Dew point is at 67. South-southeasterly winds at about 13. Feels like 95 outside. 92 in Uvalde, 97 in Carrizo Springs, 98 Pleasanton, 98 in Gonzales. And temperatures low to mid-90s here around San Antonio at this hour. Dew points trying to fall off a little bit, but still muggy. We've got dew points in the upper 60s around Bulverde, 68 dew point in New Braunfels, a little bit lower here around San Antonio. And that translates to a heat index of about 95 at the airport, 99 Stinson, but we already do have some triple-digit heat indices, New Braunfels and Pleasanton. So it's going to be a pretty rough day as far as that is concerned. 97 at 2 o'clock, 99 3 p.m. We're around 101 by 4 p.m., 102 your high temperature today. And we fall back into the 90s probably by about 7 o'clock. But skies will stay mostly clear, and we'll see clear skies going into tonight as well. The forecast heat index, 103 here in town, but you'll see some higher numbers. Places like Pleasanton and Floresville, I think the heat index could get as high as 106 this afternoon, and expect those kind of numbers next few days. We're watching what's going on around New Orleans. A lot of rain, especially out in the Gulf of Mexico. And this little area, this little piece of energy is going to be joined by another piece of energy coming around our ridge of high pressure, and that's going to work into South Texas, I think, on Friday. And that should give us at least a chance for some isolated showers and storms. Now, it's not going to be as widespread as what we're seeing right now, but as it moves in, we're going to put in that 20% chance Friday and Saturday. So there's some opportunity here for at least a little bit of rain, and I think that would drag temperatures down some too. 102 Tuesday, 103 Wednesday, 103 Thursday, 99 both Friday and Saturday with chances of rain both days, and then drying out some Sunday and Monday, guys.
Let's hope for it. Thank you. High-tech headgear returning, or rather featuring augmented reality. It's being used for good. How the pairing could help those who are hard of hearing. Makeup companies create collections inspired by all kinds of things, nature and holidays. And now, chicken wings. Why not?
Applebee's teaming up with a couple, I was worried about saying it, Winky Lux, to create lip gloss that are based on their wing sauces. They include Be My Honey Pepper and Honey Barbecue Tea. The saucy glosses are only available on their website.
They cost $18 for each one.
Wow.
$65 if you want to buy the whole Applebee's collection.
I mean, they got 4.
Well, if you can't get fat from the lip gloss.
Justin knows Applebee's is where you go on a date night.
Yeah, his favorite restaurant.
He loves that song.
So
remember the song?
So is that like a spicy kiss then? I mean, does it?
Very nice. Yeah, I like that. Or a
I'm just
sour one.
Just asking for a friend.
Wow.
Anyway, of course, a lot of activities back to school have already started right now.
Yep.
Football practice, band especially. Pigskin Classic's coming up at the end of the month. But we decided to check out band practice, Fiona and I, with the Reagan High School band. Yes, I
That
do the
looks
short
pretty
side.
heavy, Mike.
Oh, I think weighed a ton there. I'll tell you one thing. That is the hardest thing we've ever. Amazing what those kids can do out there on that field, marching
and in
band.
the heat as well.
Yep.
But if you want to stay fueled, we have some healthy snack options from registered dietitian Katie Bowen and some different ideas that you can do to kind of spruce up those healthy snacks.
That looks yummy. Okay, sometimes after school care, you may not be the best thing, good activity for the kids, but we've got a place over there on the northwest side, and boy, that's going to be stimulating the mind still, even after school.
Yes, different projects as you see there on the screen, and we have a team of recent graduates that are coming together with this book, Dale the Moose, and how it's giving back to a local nonprofit.
Yes, Stay Strong Foundation, which helps out little kids that are suffering, especially with childhood cancer. Okay, it is back to school, Spirit Week. Everybody's getting into the spirit.
Yes.
We want to see your upcoming spirit, but maybe old-time pictures.
Take us back. Yeah. Share those photos so we can share them on the show. That and more coming up on SA Live.
Some high-tech glasses aim to help the hard of hearing get real-time subtitles right in front of their eyes.
The smart glasses use augmented reality. They have to be plugged into a smartphone. Then users can pull up an app that displays speech that's turned into text, and that is displayed right on the lens.
The developer came up with the software after watching his grandfather become increasingly isolated as his hearing deteriorated. The technology is still being tested. Wow.
Love that.
Yep.
We are up to 95 already, 102. The forecast high today, 103 tomorrow on Thursday. So it's going to be a hot stretch here, but there are some rain chances, as we've been saying, Friday and Saturday. Nothing to get too excited about, but it is a little bit of a change. So there's that, guys.
Thank you, Justin. And thank you for watching the news at noon with us.
A lot to get excited about. SA Live starts right
now.
And today on SA Live, we share healthy back-to-school snacks from a local dietitian. That looked yummy.
And looking for childcare options, we chat with one center in town about their after-school programs.
And we have a local modern Latin music artist and doing an original performance for us.
Hey guys, this is Zelen Hart, and you are watching SA Live.
Hello and
wonderful voice.
Yes, she got us moving in the studio. Happy terrific Tuesday. I'm Jen Tobias Struski. Our back to school week continues.
Yes, indeed. And I'm Mike Osterhage.
Yes, and the fall semester hasn't officially started, right? But so many kids have already started practicing for their extracurricular activities, whether it's band, whether it's volleyball, just so many things already happening.
And of course, with the KSAT Pigskin Classic triple header football kicking off the season coming up, and that's in about less than 4 weeks or
mark
so.
your calendar.
Coming up on the 27th there. Fiona and I decided to run away and join the band, or maybe try to join the band. We went over there as the Reagan marching band was practicing and see what it's like with these diligent students and how they do that on the field. Take a look.
5, 6, 7, 8.
Sorry. Hi. Somebody help me, I can't see. Well, a big part of high school football, aside from all the action on the field, of course, is all the cheerleaders and the band.
Yes, and Greg White, band director at Reagan High School, joins us. And of course, the band behind us on the field right now practicing. Thanks for having us.
Oh, my pleasure. Okay, what do you feel like playing in the big Pigskin Classic?
Well, we're so excited. We have all of our traditional music that we play every year, and then we're going to be having the opportunity to premiere our marching band production at halftime. time. Something that we work on starting now all the way through our season, which goes until the beginning of November, and the Pigskin Classic is going to be our first public performance of that show.
So you get to kick off the season at the Alamo Dome.
That's right, yeah. So normally we end our season at the Alamo Dome with the state marching band competition hosted by UIL. This is our first time starting the season in the Alamo Dome, a great opportunity for us to get in that space and just see what it feels like.
And actually, even though you go there for the state competitions, you haven't played at a football game that often.
No, only in my 12 years at Reagan, only one time in the playoffs have we gone to the Alamo Dome for a football game.
So what can you tell us about the performance?
So the first performance for us, it's not quite a practice because we take every performance very seriously, but it is a stepping stone as we continue to refine. We will check how we're doing, make sure the students respond appropriately and they're not getting overly nervous or reacting to the crowd. First time they've gotten live applause and all of that stuff. But it's just a great opportunity for us to get out there and do what we do.
When you come up with a new pattern, which I guess best way, how long does it take to learn that? Because it's just amazing to watch.
Sure, well thank you. So it takes a while to create. Actually, one of my colleagues, Mason Daphne, writes our drill, where the students stand, and by state law, we're not allowed to start learning that until August 1st. So we have a very limited amount of time to be able to put that together. So what we're doing for the Pigskin Classic will be about 3.5 weeks in the making, and that's all that we get to create that production.
And of course, Reagan High School has been a part of some pretty big parades, right?
Yeah, so in 2019, we went to New York City for the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade. And then in New Year's of 2018, we were invited to perform in Pasadena in the Tournament of Roses Parade. Both amazing experiences. And then, of course, every other year, we march in the Battle of Flowers Parade in downtown San Antonio, something that's important to us.
Oh, that's always a great one. So any other plans for the future as far as other big parades like the Rose
we'll be in the Battle of Flowers this year. And over our spring break in March, we'll be marching through the Magic Kingdom in Walt Disney World. We're taking the kids on a trip, so that'll be great for us.
Oh,
very cool.
Sick. Disneyland, yes.
Prediction on the score of the game?
I think Reagan's going to win 28-14.
28-14, okay.
We'll see. Let it go.
Right in there? Okay, oh, right there, okay. And then...
You're natural.
Hang on.
It looks good.
One on. Nope. Oh, I was thinking it's not too light or it's not too heavy, and then he let go. How do you see where you're going? I can't,
So the most important thing for us is when we say getting your feet in time. You're going to hear a metronome giving a click. Okay. And the most important thing is making sure that as you hear that click, your left foot hits on the first click, your right foot hits on the next click, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. And there it is. 5,
so
6,
how
7,
do they know where to go?
So we write drill, which is our formations, the way that we move, and they are given a coordinate sheet, which tells them their location on the field. They know what their side-to-side coordinate is, whether they're on the 40-yard line or 3 steps outside the 20-yard line. Then they have a front to back coordinate, which references off of the front sideline or one of the hashes. And they know I stand right here for set 1 and right there for set 2.
See, we've been moved from the middle already. We haven't even done anything. They're sticking us on the side.
Hang on, I can't see. Okay.
Where am I?
Ready, go. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And hold. 2, 3, 4. Now backward. 6, 7, 8. And 1, 2, 3.
Whoops, forgot my drumming.
5, 6, 7. Hold. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Give it up for new drummer sound at the end.
I didn't drum a thing. I forgot to drum.
Okay, and then that was the easy one. Then they went about twice as fast. And then they did like 120 time or something like that. And it's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And that 87-pound
Yeah, I couldn't see you. It
drum.
looked like a talking drum on there.
And you can't see. But that's the thing. They go, here's your plan. Now, at this point, you're going to be over here. And then and they have to figure, I don't see how they do. That's amazing how they do
to
that.
Them. Yeah, and all the marching bands in town. Wow, that's awesome. Did you have fun though?
Oh, it was great. Yeah.
If you want to got it down, at least the marching part. For more information on Ronald Reagan High School Band, you can head over to SALive.com. You can click the As Seen on SA Live tab or scan the QR code on your screen.
And of course, as he was talking about, reminder, Ronald Reagan High School Marching Band is going to be playing at the KSAT 12 Pigskin Classic this month. And don't miss Reagan's football team at the KSAT Pigskin Classic, brought to you to you by San Antonio area Chevy dealers.
That's right. You see the teams there on your screen. Smithson Valley versus Reagan, Judson versus Johnson, Still versus Brennan. It's going to be a great time. And of course, all the halftime shows.
Yes, indeed. And Fiona and I are going to be down there on the field, kind of seeing what's going on in halftime right down there with some of the bands. You're going to be out and about
Running
in the
around,
stands as
having
well.
fun. Yes.
All day long. Come and join us. And don't forget, tickets are available online at KSAT 12 and available at Las Palapas locations.
Yes, yes. You can watch on KSAT as well, KSAT.com.
And that's what's so great is all that wonderful school spirit,
Yes.
you know, and the bands and the cheerleaders and everybody in the stands there.
Exciting.
And, you know, that's what's going to be coming up. But let's take a little trip down memory lane. How about some of your school spirit?
Yes, if you want to know or see some photos, what were you involved in? Do you have any old photos to share? Mike, what were you involved in?
Well, I was the football player and then involved in theater and what else? Ted, you've got some things that you've done with. What in the world did you do? Good Lord. Ted's been playing with Photoshop again.
Okay, our photographer Ted had some fun. Throwback photo. This is the hip hop club, okay?
And what else you got going on there, Ted? Anything? That's it. Okay, thank you very much. So.
Thanks for not including me in that. Yes, okay, we want to see your photos, not photoshopped, and we may share those a little later in the show.
You know, if you laugh at what he does, he'll
I
just
know.
keep doing
I'll
it.
stop.
So, all right, from after-school activities to some after-school snacks, make sure your kids are eating healthy and getting the proper energy they need for that long school day.
Still laughing. Okay, yes, Katie Bowen, a registered dietitian, is sharing these easy recipes. They don't even look healthy, but they are. Take a look. Back to school means back to the routine, and that includes all the after-school snacks. And today we get help from Katie Bowen, dietitian with the Chef program, which means, hello, Katie.
Hi, thank you for having me. So Chef stands for Culinary Health Education for Families. We are all about getting kids in the kitchen, making some healthy and delicious food and some really great flavorful snacks.
I love that. And so already this looks amazing,
Oh, yes.
but we're starting with the apple nachos.
Apple nachos. So, you know, your regular take on nachos, making it a little bit healthier, a little more flavorful and sweeter. You know, savory can be sweet. So we're gonna switch this up. You can add peanut butter, any kind of nut butter, almond butter, sunflower butter if you've got nut allergies.
All right, let me give this.
And yes, warming this up in the microwave ahead of time definitely makes a big difference. And the nice thing, the nice thing about this is it'll kind of settle down as we sprinkle things on top of it.
There we go.
But it is delicious.
I think my kids would have a blast making these already.
This is definitely for kids. This is not something you're going to take to a party. But the gorgeous thing about this is it's lots of color. It's foods that kids already like, that they're already eating, and we're just adding some different flavor combinations.
So next we add, and you have a really good tip with the lemon.
Yes, absolutely. So, you know, a lot of kiddos, if they see that apple brown, they're not going to touch it. So you can dip the apples in like a 20% lemon to water solution. So just a little bit of lemon juice in it, or sprinkle some lemon juice on top if you don't mind the extra acid in there, and it helps everything from browning. So we're gonna add some mini chocolate chips. You can use bigger chocolate chips, whatever you prefer. Make some really fun colors. And of course, kiddos love chocolate. This is a great thing that kiddos can do themselves. Add some craisins, add some pumpkin seeds, really anything that you've got in your pantry.
Smells so good.
We're trying to add protein, add some great fruit, use at least 2 food groups in every snack is kind of the idea. Yes, and so then we make a really great yogurt dip. All we're gonna do is add honey to it. You take Greek yogurt, which is so rich in protein, so delicious. It already has a really nice fluffy texture.
Okay.
And then you can just whisk it together, whatever works, to make a really great dip. And so that's as simple as it is. Kids can make this. This is perfect for little hands. If you don't have a whisk, you can have a child use a fork, but it's so simple.
Now, if they prefer something else, you have another option here.
So another project you can have kiddos do is use these fun fruit and veggie cutters. They are so much fun. You can make some really great shapes out of this. So I'm gonna make rainbow fruit skewers, but this is so fun to just, any fruits that you have, kind of clean out the fridge when you start to notice fruits maybe only have a couple days left. This is a great thing to do. So I'm gonna start building this, and I'm gonna have you we're gonna make a drizzle for the top of this. So same yogurt base, adding some honey. You can use the spoon or that.
The cute little
honeycomb if you need to. And so the idea is that you're just making a really simple skewer. You can add it in order. You can make some fun shapes. And so I love these little fruit cutters because I can take my watermelon or any kind of melon like this, come right in here, push down, and then my little poker, I just have the perfect little shape that comes out.
Oh, I love that. And I have a bunch of these too, so I'm gonna use this
Yes.
trip to get them.
So
to
you
eat
can
more
use these
fruit.
for veggies, for fruit. Little hands, work really great using these. If you have really young children, you can use what's called a skirkle. It is a circle skewer.
Look how cute it
Pops
is.
off, yes.
Oh
So
my goodness.
super fun.
Adorable.
Pops off. Smaller hands can hold this, and then you don't have the pointy edge. You can also cut off the blunt edge.
That's safer for the little littles, right?
So much safer.
Okay. And this smells so good. Oh my goodness. With the cinnamon, it reminds me of
vanilla,
fall.
and
Already?
honey.
Too
That's
soon?
all you need. I'm ready for fall. This
Me
heat
too.
has been a little much.
Very easy. There's the finished product right there.
Exactly.
And then you can try it with.
And then you can drizzle on top. You can add some chopped walnuts, whatever you'd like.
Beautiful. Katie, thank you so much. Where can people go for more recipes?
ChefSA.org.
And we have that website on SALive.com. Head over there for all these recipes. I think it's time for our snack, right? We're both moms.
Absolutely.
Let's dig in.
Yes.
All right. Thanks, Katie. Yes, I love those little cookie cutters. You can use them for cheese. You can use them for anything really, just to kind of make it fun for the little ones.
And having stuff prepared like little shish kebabs there with that the honey yogurt dip,
Yes.
really good stuff.
You can even put that in their little bento lunch boxes if they want to take some fruit for lunch. Yeah. Okay. Lots of ideas.
When SA Live continues with original music from this local Latin artist.
Plus, it's an after-school program that will keep kids engaged in learning and having fun until their parents get ready to pick them up. Stay tuned.